Is that working? Hey, I think it's working. I don't know. For some reason, it got switched. That was weird. I've never seen Streamlabs do that. I don't know what's going on with that. It switched it to like a different version of the Rodecaster, but that doesn't exist. That was very bizarre. Normally the Rodecaster is pretty solid. Yeah, I think that's probably what happens. Because I've been trying to get my setup a lot more efficient for... we've been shooting all of our videos in 4K for Rose channel. And so I had to get... make sure I'm using the right USB ports that are the full speed, make sure my cables can do the full speed, make sure my card reader, make sure my hard drives are all full speed, because, oh my god, if you have one weak link, your life becomes a nightmare. So I have been... That makes sense. That is definitely what happens. Alright, so now I can go back to reconnect. Okay. So, okay, and now it's magically working. I didn't even update on this one. And then, ooh, my throat made a weird noise. Okay, now the game audio is working. There we go. Now we got our epicness. Now I can actually log in. Oh god, can I log into YouTube? Oh god, hey. I always love logging into stuff wailing on you. Alright, now I gotta do the security code again. There we go. Okay, phone, we got it. We got it. Let me just use my account now, please. There we go. Okay, now I can go here. And then do that. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. What up, Gimpy2434? Appreciate it. All right, I think we have fixed our technical difficulties, which is a very exciting time as a Husky fan. And now let me just go here. All right, got it. Okay, so if you're watching on YouTube, I highly recommend going and watching on Twitch instead. It is... hey, Jasper. Sorry, my multi-chat's finally... Hey, Dreamer. Hey, Kolya over on YouTube. Question man, looking to get into hardcore warrior difficult. Warrior is the most difficult hardcore class. Now, I know you're watching a lot of streamers play warrior. Warrior is the most popular class, I believe, in all of WoW. But warrior is by far the most difficult class. Now, keep in mind, a lot of the streamers you're watching play warrior, they have the support of a lot of other people. But if you are solo leveling and you're not super familiar with the game, warrior is definitely the most difficult. However, warrior is also top 3 most fun, in my opinion. So the way that I recommend doing it is if you're someone who wants to play a lot of hardcore, because I love hardcore, it's probably my favorite game. All the Starcraft people on Starcraft Reddit immediately run over here and are like, I told you. What I recommend for the best hardcore experience, and I don't do solo self-found. If that's your thing, that's cool, but is level a class that's easy. And you're saying, well, what classes are easy? Hunter is the easiest, in my opinion, in all of WoW. Followed by Frost Mage as the second. A lot of people argue that Warlock's easy. I find Warlock to be boring. A lot of people argue that Priest is easy. I find them boring. That's just my personal preference. Everyone has personal preference. That's okay. And so what I recommend is leveling a hunter or a mage first. And then as that character gets high level, you start making, you know, mad gold because, you know, the quests give over a gold. Some of the gray items you find will give over a gold. Like, you start to make really good money. And then after you have a high level character, like at least mid 40s, is the perfect time to... God, I literally just like used a new conditioner on my hair, and my hair is so slick, like soft, that this like headset is falling off. I might actually have to put it on both. Hey, Jessica. And then anyways, use that main character to feed your warrior. That is when warrior is super fun. And what do I mean by that? So warrior is completely dependent on gear. That is what dictates if you're a good warrior or not. And what you can do, and this is what I find most fun about warrior. So if I look at my bank alts, is there's these weapons that you can get that are blues, and you can buy them off the auction house as you're leveling. And so your warrior becomes so much better than if it was to be your first character. And so, like, I just have these in my bank because they're ones that I bought or were gifted or just found. And it's like a blue two-handed sword, level 31. It only costs 2 gold on the auction house. Blue polearm. It only costs a gold 24 on the auction house at vendors for 53 silver. So it costs less than a gold to get. Like, and for the most part, you can get all the way to 60 buying weapons like that. There are some levels where it's not great, but even like I'm just leveling my one-handed swords right now, but normally I use Destiny, which is this epic sword that's really good. I bought it for 35 gold, which sounds like a lot, but if you have a high-level character, and I have a level 60, you can make that in like no time at all, especially if you have some professions and stuff. And so that's when a warrior becomes fun, is when you're kind of like twinked out a little bit. And so this guy, he's not super twinked. Here, I'll put his cool sword on so he looks cooler. But like, I'm able to start, like, I got lucky on drops, but like Mugthol's helm, I paid like 4 gold for this. And it's a plate helm because there's no competition on Horde for plate. There's no paladins. And so the higher level you go, the plate is just not that expensive for the most part. And I got lucky with this drop. Bracers of Valor. I will say the Valor set is an annoyingly high cost because everywhere does want it. But I bought this for less than 19 gold, and it's like whatever. This plate belt I got for like 4 gold. And it's just like there's certain items and certain weapons that just do not cost very much as a warrior because there's no competition. And you have to think about it like, you know, there's 8 classes or whatever. I always forget how many classes are in Classic because I only play like 3 or 4 of them. But anyways, you know, a spread across everyone that's out there questing, leveling, grinding, doing dungeons. Essentially think of them as they're all looking for plate because it's eventually going to drop, if that makes sense. But there's only one class that uses plate. And so it kind of is a great thing to be a warrior because everyone's essentially out there finding plate, but only one class can use it. Is that guy gonna... Yeah, you can have that. So I think what I want to do... It's like, do I want to do any of these dumb dungeons? Because I'm level 53, right? Yeah, level 53. And it's like, we could queue up for... Technically... I don't even want to do Mara. Mara's so dumb. Sunken Temple is awful, but... God, maybe I just queue for it. It's like, that's actually like... Sunken Temple can be a death sentence. Let me... I'm kind of low for BRD. I wouldn't be able to go that far. Yeah, like this warrior in their group is 56. He'd be able to go a lot further. But I'll just hang out and looking for group. Because sometimes you can find a low-level group who just kind of wants to go have some fun. What up, Azoth Hardcore? Any JRPGs that you like? Not really. Like, it's just not my genre. I like WoW Classic too much. But yeah, I always level a Frost Mage first on a new hardcore server. They are by far the safest class, one of the easiest classes to level. And I do single target Frost, which isn't the fastest way to level. The AoE grinding is the fastest way to level. But A, I don't really enjoy that. B, it's a lot more dangerous. And C, it's just like, my brain, when I'm leveling, it just kind of shuts off. And I just love grinding through all the quests. So I always do single target Frost and go engineering. And you basically can't die. You have so many escapes, it's actually absurd. And so I always tell people go single target Frost Mage as your main, and then whatever ult you want to make after that's fine. I usually do, the order that I usually do is Mage into Warrior into Druid. That's the order that I level characters usually. However, my whole plan got screwed up because my mage died at level 43 because of a server disconnect. And not only was it a disconnect, it was also a server login issue. It wouldn't let me log in. All my other Blizzard games worked. My internet worked. Whatever. I've told this story a dozen times. But basically, the entire camp that I had already cleared respawned. And I died even though I was at full HP, full mana. And I had ice barrier on, but I don't know when it logged me out, and then it wouldn't let me log back in. So it was like just terrible luck. A ton of people in the zone died. So when we could all log back in, everyone was in chat like, "Hey, did y'all die too?" Yep, 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 sure did. Yep, yep. Husky, have I had Taco Bell recently? So here's the thing about Taco Bell. Obviously, I've eaten there thousands of times. Obviously, I've eaten there recently, yes. I'm not gonna drag that answer out. But their prices have gotten absolutely insane. I don't know what they're smoking. I mean, but I've noticed, at least at the Taco Bell near me, there's way less people in the drive-thru normally. The prices have gotten absurd. I'm sorry, but the prices are absurd. And so I actually pulled back eating Taco Bell for a while, for like 6 months. I would eat there like once a month maybe, which for me is not that often. However, I recently discovered, recently-ish, that on the Taco Bell app, there is a value meal like box thing that you can get. And the price is actually like crazy value. You get a medium soda, which their normal meals come with a large soda, and I'm like, I don't want that much soda. Like, I think we can all agree that American portion sizes on soda are out of control. And so it gives you a much more manageable soda. Oh, snap. Who dat? Wait, what is that? Oh, that's someone subscribing on my YouTube. Well, hey, Insane Neely Chan. Anyways, I didn't even know it gave an alert for YouTube subscribers, apparently. The value box on the app is actually insane value. So it gives you a medium drink, an entree, we'll call it. So it can be a cheesy gordita crunch. It can be a a cheese quesadilla. It can be, I think, a crunch wrap. Then you also get we'll call it a side entree, which is like you can get like a burrito, soft taco, potato taco, whatever. And then you get your appetizer. I don't know if appetizer is the right word, but it's like, yeah, we'll say appetizer. So you can get the cinnamon twist, whatever. And that whole box is $4.99. They might have recently upped it to $5.99. And what's crazy is you get all of that it's less than if you buy a cheesy gordita crunch by itself. So the value is actually insane. And I don't know why nobody's talking about this. But that has brought me back to Taco Bell because I feel like I'm not getting totally scammed. But literally, because my normal order for Taco Bell, like when I'm a daily eater, yes, there have been many phases in my life where I'm eating Taco Bell on the daily, is 3 bean burritos, no onions. Okay, why is my chat all the way over there? That's kind of crazy. What happens when I click that? Interesting. What up, Stu Cuckoo? Thanks for the following. Or I guess technically correct English is thanks for the follow, not thanks for the following. But, you know, we don't really worry about correct English over here. And so anyways, Taco Bell is back on the menu. For reals. For reals. Million years no see. Mr. Stu. How you been? Life is good. We, you know, still doing the YouTube thing. Built our film studio in the backyard. Casually streaming like once a week / month. Mostly just for the lulz. My hair is out of control now. Do you get delivered or do you drive to Taco Bell? So the problem with the delivery is it's like $5.99 or something crazy on the app. But we live ridiculously close to a Taco Bell. So unless I'm ordering for like 10 people, I'll just go pick it up. Because sometimes we, you know, as we do, you'll have a Taco Bell, you know, party with your friends. And I'll have them deliver it for that so I can hang out with the friends more, but... No, I don't mind waiting in a drive-thru. Yeah, exactly. I stretch my legs by going and sitting in my car. No, the problem is, though, like, I'm the type of person who, like, you know, when COVID was happening and all that, I'm like, I've been training for this my entire life. I could just never leave my house ever again. And, you know, I'm social. I have people over. I'm on the internet. I live with family. You know, I'm not like a recluse. But I also wouldn't go insane. I also wouldn't be that mad. I also, you know, am such a homebody that I'm totally fine. I always forget to level here, so all these mobs are green, which is pretty great. Alright, you know what? Let's put these back on my bar. I'm leveling my swords for when I actually tank. Do I secretly play when not streaming? I mean, absolutely. I have 460s on hardcore. I've definitely not streamed 460s worth of hardcore time. But I'm not in OnlyFans, so I think they have rules. I don't know what exactly their rules are. I should join OnlyFans. I should figure out who will invite me. Hey, A Journey Unfolded. Good to see you over on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, I encourage you to watch on Twitch. It's a higher bit rate. Everything just looks better, you know? Yeah, mostly playing WoW. I think that's all I've actually streamed. I played Starcraft 2 for like a second. And there's like so many games I do want to play. Because like retro games are kind of making a comeback right now, which I am absolutely here for. Day 20 of quarantine. Dear Diary, I haven't left home in a year. I seriously, like, if I ever have to just be at home forever, I would be good with it. Honestly, I don't know. It just makes me happy. But yeah, WoW is a great game because you can just log in and like play for 20 minutes and log off. And with kind of how our company is set up, I kind of have to just log in and out of games because we always have something going on. Like we went to 3 birthday parties yesterday. all across town. It was like a whole day thing, and I know you're like, well, how does that have to do with work? You know, it's all people we've met through YouTube and stuff, and so it was really fun. But it's also like, you know, that's just kind of how life is now, a little bit all over the place. How's Ro doing? She's doing good. She did a little beauty treatment yesterday that she has to recover from. So she's chilling. She's doing a lot of research on some other stuff we're working on right now. And yeah, we've just been having a lot of fun on YouTube. Like, especially this year, we kind of decided to just kind of go, I don't want to say all in on YouTube, but like really focus on being creative again, trying new stuff, having fun. And it's been working really well. Like, click-through rates up, watch times up, all that stuff that people track, it's all up. And it's been a lot of fun to kind of reinvent ourselves after doing the same exact thing for so long. But a big part of that was because when Ro lost her dad, you know, it's kind of hard to, oh, I'm going to be creative on YouTube. Like, that obviously wasn't the focus for a couple of years. And so now we're kind of coming out the other side of that. And been having a ton of fun this year. I think the videos we've been making the last 3 months maybe are like some of our favorite that we've ever made, at least for me. I think Ro would say the same thing. All right, let's see. Am I going to go in the cave? I think I'm going to have to. And yeah, Starcraft 2 is good. There's just certain things about it that I never liked. Like the whole like Broodlord Infestor era. I'm like, really guys, this is peak Starcraft right now. And just in general, I've said this before, but I feel like the Widowmine just like, I don't know. I just think it's one of the worst designed units in any RTS. It, like, because I always look at it from what's enjoyable for, like, the average player. And I just feel like Widowmines just ruin. They're, like, basically free. They one-shot things like Stalkers. They obviously can just do insane damage to worker lines. They're, like, brain dead to use. And I just always thought that I was, like, not a very well-designed unit. And the fact that they just refuse to ever move away from it, I'm just like, I don't know. I still love the fun game modes and, like, you know, money maps and all that stuff. What do you consider retro games? I would say, like, definitely WoW Classic. You know, WoW's been out 20 years. If we can't call that retro in gaming, I don't know what's retro. So I would say that's about where the cutoff is for me. You know, I'm almost 40 at this point. But, you know, I even saw, like, Tyler 1 playing Warcraft 3 because he's friends with Grubby now and all that. And, like, the fact that Grubby is so big now, it makes me so happy. I've seen more people playing even, like, Command and Conquer, which, given that was tasteless, I don't know if anyone else is playing the original Command and Conquer, but it still made me happy. Where it's like, these are fun, cool games, like, that take a long time to beat and have a lot of depth and a lot of character. And I think a lot of that is lost in the RTS genre. And, you know, there's still great games, but, like, I don't enjoy newer games, honestly. Like, I'm not going to sit down and play a new game because I don't really have time. And if I'm going to be playing a game, I'd rather play something that I already know and enjoy. And that's just me. Yeah, Red Alert 2. That shit's so bomb. So good. Red Alert 1 is hilarious too, but Red Alert 2 was like a huge step over for sure. And, like, you know, Age of Empires. That game's fucking amazing. I finally got that item, so that's good. Is that one? Yeah, I do gotta go turn in that dumb key. I need a few more silk cloth. I always forget to send myself silk for this one quest. Well, being retro has nothing to do with how many viewers it has. And that's the whole point. Like, the fact that so many people are playing WoW Classic, like, that is insane. That is so cool. It makes me so happy. Because and I've talked about this before too, but like when I was doing Starcraft, anytime I tried to stream WoW, people wanted to murder me. The Starcraft audience was not accepting of WoW. WoW was always the game that like the elitists of Starcraft made fun of. Always. Always. I remember, you know, I used to go to LAN parties and stuff, and if anyone was playing WoW, it's like, oh, why are you going to a LAN party and you're going to play an online game? I don't know, because I want to fucking hang out with my friends. Like, the fuck? Like, they're always so elitist about it, especially the Starcraft community. They're not anymore. Now all the fucking pro gamers play WoW. But back in the day, they were so elitist about it. And so I never streamed it or made content on it because everyone was just such a dickhead about it. But now, fuck everybody. Fucking love WoW. Hey, gotcha, kitty. Yeah, that's a good point. It's like, I don't even know what retail looks like anymore. I tried logging into that, and my brain, I don't know, maybe it's because, like, my brain is slowly dying because I'm getting older, but, like, it's just, like, too flashy. Everything's overpowered. Everything's, like, way too smooth. There's way too much details. And I was just like, I officially am not the target demo of this, and that's fine. But I just love Classic. I wish they would make Classic Plus. If they make Classic Plus, I'm fucking done. I mean, my normal life is done. Like, it would be so incredible. Season of Discovery was good, but it was not Classic Plus. It was retail minus. Which is fine. I played it a ton. I got every class level 50. But, and obviously max level 2, but on some of them. But, yeah, Season of Discovery was not Classic Plus. It was retail minus. And it eventually was like, okay, guys, we're just taking everything from retail and turning it into Classic and pretending like nobody knows. It's not really for me. Not really for me. After a while. But Classic Plus would be huge. Would be huge. It'd be so good. It would be so good. Also, if they kind of like rebalanced, I don't know where I want to go. Honestly, I think I'll, because I don't even have the, do I have the Incendiar quests? Incendisaur or whatever. I just gotta kill these stupid, oh yeah, they are down there. Maybe I will go in the cave. Let's go have fun in the caves, shall we? Why more on OnlyFans? I'm assuming you mean why not? I gotta figure out who can even invite me. Because, you know, I'm like a no-name at this point. So I gotta bug someone. Have I lost a guy to fall damage? Never. And you know why it's never? A, because I always play mage first. And if you die to fall damage as mage, I mean, honestly, just uninstall. You have ice block, you have blink, you have slow fall. If you are dying to fall damage as a mage, you're officially, your WoW card is revoked. And then my other characters, you just buy a limited invulnerability potion, which given you have to be level 45 to use. But this saves you from all fall damage. If you're falling, just pop that. I should probably hotkey it, but I've never actually had to use one, so like whatever. But and then I mean you always got the good noggin fogger if you want to, you know, you only have a 33.3% chance repeating, of course, of that actually saving you while you're falling. So I try not to rely on that. But no, I've never died to fall damage. Hey, Oscar Wilde, good to see ya. Good to see you. What up, Hadoken? Hadoken! Hadoken, are you following me? Because I want my screen to say Hadoken has followed you. Hadoken! I feel like I can hit that note perfectly. Oh, so how's your guys' weekend going? I went on 3 birthday parties yesterday. It was quite a lot. Looking for more Overseer and Matorius? Is that the quest I have? Oh yeah, start auto-attacking this guy. Oh no, you've been sick and struggling? I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but just the word struggle is always so funny to me. So I hope it's not that bad. I hope you're getting better. Yeah, I'm honestly so exhausted. You know, I'm getting close to 40, okay? 3 birthday parties in one day? Are you kidding me? I'm normally in bed by 8. What are we doing? What are we actually doing? Alright, so where is this guy? I always forget. Wait, is he on him? I gotta go the other. I always forget how to get there. I think it's the further north entrances, right? I always get so lost here. I think it's over there. I always forget the easiest way. You gotta link it like a pro gamer. Is hardcore a mod or like an official thing? No, it's an official mode. It's amazing. You die once and you're dead. It's classic WoW. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's the best version of WoW they've ever released. I think I enjoy it more than I did the original WoW, honestly. And I do miss there being no PvP, but it's also kind of nice not to have to do that grind. And I have so many high-level characters now. Invite this guy. I don't even want to say that out loud. All right, let's see. How do I get over there? I think it's that entrance. I always get so lost here. Maybe I can do it this way? One sec. Watch as I fall to death right there. Pass lead. All right, we got multiple people joining now. This will be great. Is it this entrance? I feel like we can make this entrance work, right? I always get so lost in here. Hey, Ronald A. Reyes. Hey, Kira. The pups are good. The pups are hanging out with Ro. Ro's good. We had a crazy day yesterday, so she's recovering. But, oh my god, bro. You're running at like 40% HP. What are you even doing? Is this going to take me to the right place? This is not right. This is going to take me to the Incendisaurs, I think. What streamers do I watch? Or what YouTubers? I mean, Grubby's probably my favorite WoW streamer. YouTubers, I mean, I watch our friends. I always get so lost, lol. I just need to follow someone. I think I'm in the wrong spot. Think I am in the... Oh, is it this one? Is this the right way? All right, they're going this. Okay, yes, this is right. I remember this bridge. I remember this bridge. Just here to unfollow. Thank God. We were all wondering. We were like, why is laugh in games with a Z? Why is he here? It's very odd. But thank you for clarifying. And yeah, the parties were pretty wild. One was a 3-year-old party, one was an 18 party, one was a 40-year-old party. So we had quite the range. All right, now we know this Shadow Priest is not going to heal me. The other guy is not here just yet. Take the northernmost entrance on the map. You have to jump down on the walkway. Which one is the most fun? They're all pretty good. They're all very different. We were kind of like, it was like our Eras tour of birthdays. You know, we got Gen Alpha. We got Gen Z, and we got Millennial. Oh, not that far, dude. Not that far, lol. I'll go get him. Oh my god, why is that so true, Tukek? I mean, there was no drinking at the at the 18-year-olds party. But the point stands, the food at the 40-year-old party was bomb. Ugh. They had smash burgers and they had jump down to me. And then right as we were about to leave, because we were there for like, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, a churro truck pulled up. Because they had booked it for, I forget what time it was, but oh my god, the churros were so fucking good. Like handmade traditional churros. Oh, they're extruding the churro dough into the oil. Oh, so good. It wasn't just like oh, they're reheating frozen churros. Oh no. Oh no, these were from scratch. Incredible churros with dipping sauces, of course. Am I going to play Monster Hunter Wilds when that comes out? Hey, Michael Michaels, what is that? I don't know. I don't actually know what that is. I truly don't even know. All right, we're all here. This should be easy. This should be super... Oh, yeah. I literally had someone die when I did this guy. Not last time, but the time before that. It was me and a rogue, and he decided to vanish, prep, vanish to try and stun lock him. And why you would burn your vanish, I have no idea. But then the guy just turned around and killed him. And he was like, why didn't you sheep? I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? You're... What? You are crazy, dude. Like, chill out. So that was his fault. I got away safely, of course. All right. Well, at least got that quest done, which is always nice. We're still leveling our swords a little bit, I think. Oh, no, it's actually... All right. It's actually max. Bring out the big sword. I mean, I could talk about food all day. That is definitely one of my problems. I could also eat food all day. That's definitely another problem. What happens when you die in hardcore? Do you still hover over your body like you could in like you could get resurrected, or do you get kicked out of the game? So when you die, it pops up a thing that says you've died. Do you want to try again? If you hit try again, it probably logs you out. Or if you close it, you can become a ghost. Obviously, in classic WoW, you can't do anything as a ghost in hardcore. I mean, you can run around, I guess, but you can't see anybody or interact with anybody. You can still chat, so you can talk to your guild like, oh my god, I died, whatever. And then you can transfer your dead character to... Wait, what the hell is going on? There we go. Then you can transfer your dead character to a normal classic realm. I forget the exact one you can do it to. Because I just deleted my mage right when it died. I was like, I don't need a level 44 mage on a random other server. So your time, like people are like, oh, you lost all your time. Oh, you died. What a waste of time. No, it's like A, the journey is so fucking fun, and B, if you really want it to be a character like that you play, you can transfer it, which is cool. So I honestly like. I know, I'm about to die, whatever. They honestly did WoW Classic Hardcore perfect. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Is that some of that Jeff Bezos bucks? Gimpy2434 has entered the battle. Thanks for the subscription, man. Appreciate it. Truly. Truly. Appreciate that. And yeah, so that's basically what happens when you die. I mean, Prime is great. I mean, I obviously don't stream that much, but I think I get like $2. So you know where that money goes. That goes directly into the Taco Bell fund. And I'm very honest about where my money goes. You know, some streamers, they are not honest about where their money goes. Some YouTubers are not honest about where their money goes. I am very upfront in that it goes directly into my Taco Bell fund, which unfortunately does not go as far as it used to with those crazy prices. So I'm kind of limited on the in-app box because, you know, my frugal ass, I'm not going to pay $7 for a cheesy gordita crunch. Like, we can just get out of here with that. I don't care how successful you are. We should not be encouraging $7 cheesy gordita crunches. That's just a simple fact. All right, actually, I kind of want to go... I love killing the Incendisaurs. They're really fun. But I need these guys, yeah. All right, we'll eat a little food. But why is Taco Bell so damn good? What did they put in there? What is their secret? What is their secret? I need to know. Kind of awkward that my weapon is called Destiny. I am not a Destiny supporter. It's a little awkward. And then every time it procs, it gives me a buff called Destiny, and I'm like, can we just rename this? I do not want to be a part of this. Having never had Taco Bell, what's the norm for the crunch thing? I mean, it's just the prices have like doubled or tripled since COVID. It's insane. So I don't know if I finished my thought, but when I was eating a Taco Bell every day, which has happened multiple times in my life, and I have no shame about it. In fact, I miss those days. I would get 3 bean burritos, no onions, because I don't know why they put crunchy ass onions on a nice, soft, fluffy burrito. Never understood that, but you know, teach their own, I guess. And then you tell them, can you double wrap it in an extra tortilla, which is a trick I learned at Chipotle. It's not a trick. I mean, they charge you for it. It's not like I'm, you know, it's not a food hack. But it's the extra tortilla that like I just love. It makes the ratio of beans to tortilla just like so much better. Anyways, I went to go do that, and during COVID, it cost like $12 or like $11.50 or something crazy. I'm like, $12 for 3 little bean burritos? The fuck are you guys smoking? And that's when I realized their prices had like just completely spiraled out of control. And then it's even like the extra tortilla I think is like 75 cents or something, but then they raised it to like $1 or $1.10, I forget exactly what it was, overnight. And I'm like, guys, this tortilla did not go up that much in price. There was not a tortilla shortage. Like, this is obvious price gouging. You guys need to chill out. And again, I know it's 25 cents, whatever, but when it's that big of a jump, and then that means they're doing that to their whole menu, I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. It's gone too far. It has officially gone too far. Sorry for the questions. No, I mean, you guys are entertaining me at this point. Is there a PvP element to hardcore as or battlegrounds? And if I am PK'd, do I die for good? Okay, so there is no battlegrounds, unfortunately. It is my opinion that they should make battlegrounds in hardcore, but they should call them war games, and they should allow you to PvP against both factions, because this server is very horde heavy because of OnlyFans, the streamer guild, so, and they're all horde, so all the fans and stuff are all horde. So I think they should do war games where you can play against either faction, whatever it happens to pop. And I think the death should not be permanent, because everyone's like, oh, wouldn't it be so cool if you could die in battlegrounds? I'm like, no one would fucking do it. Fucking idiots. But I think they should do war games. They could tone down the rewards or even get rid of them, but just have it be a fun mode that you could play in. I think would be awesome. But they don't do that. I think that's the one thing they could change to be better, other than adding more content. And then, so yeah, no battlegrounds. The PvP element, there is technically PvP. However, you have to be flagged. And there's only 2 ways to get flagged. One is you type /PvP, and then you'll be flagged. Or 2, have a guard of the opposite faction aggro onto you. So if you accidentally wander too close to a town, and the guards aggro you, it immediately flags you for PvP. Which is kind of weird, because guards are PvE. I don't know why it actually does that, but I think that's just... I think that's how it's always been, and so it just kind of carried over into hardcore. And so the problem with being flagged in hardcore is that anyone can get a jump on you at any time. And so say, like, if I was to flag myself for PvP right now, a level 60 rogue could just ambush me, and I would be dead before I break stun lock. And so there are some streamers who, at least on the last time hardcore was out, I don't know if anyone's doing it right now, who would level flagged for PvP just to add that element of, like, I could get ganked anytime. But the problem is like, you know, people are watching your stream, they will track you down and just kill you. And so I think that's, I haven't really seen anyone do that. And it's kind of lame. Like if I spent, like, my playtime, I've been leveling this guy really slow. My playtime is 6 days, 20 hours, which is kind of slow for a level 53. Not super slow, but I also go AFK a lot in town waiting for buffs and all that, so whatever. But anyways, like, if I wasted almost 7 days played time just to get one shot by a rogue ambushing me, it's like, that's not that's not good content. That's not fun. And so nobody really does that. What's up, husky person? Still sick? Oh my god, my cough is finally gone. I had that cough for a month and a half. And I kept checking with my doctor, and they said it can happen after COVID, and have a lingering cough. They gave me some antibiotics. They pretty much worked. And it's finally gone. Oh my god, that was miserable. That was miserable. And it wasn't like a it wasn't like, how do I describe it? It's just like gunk building up in my nose and dripping into my throat, but it's really thick. You know, it's like thick and yellow. This is disgusting, I know. That is what it was, but for months. Or maybe like a month and a half, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. It felt like it was never ending. And I could feel myself slowly going insane. Oh my god, it was awful. It was absolutely awful. And there's people dying in chat right now. It's great. It's always great. It is always great. Maybe you should drink less coffee. Damn, dude. What a solid pun. What a solid pun. Yeah, I think it was an infection. I actually think because I've been doing telehealth a lot because on at the hospital I'm at, they have where you can just sign up and like do telehealth, and I think the first guy completely misdiagnosed me. I told him my symptoms, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's not an infection. That's just normal COVID." Blah blah blah. And this was like after I'd already recovered fully from COVID for weeks. And that just didn't sit right with me. I tried all the stuff he said to do, and I'm like, this doesn't seem like it's it. And then I called again and I got a nurse who had actually, or a doctor who I'd actually, who I had telehealthed with before. And she's like, oh, hey. And she was like, yeah, that definitely sounds like an infection. So I think a big part of it is that I got misdiagnosed, which, you know, love doctors. Doesn't mean that they are always doing the right thing, but I think that really slowed me down, which was super frustrating. But that's life, you know. Not gonna be bitter about it. It just is what it is. All right, hold on just a sec. We are getting a request from the house to order some food. I think all my talking of food is now spread about the cabin. So I'm going to go ahead and order some food. All right, what are we getting today? What are you guys craving? You want me to order anything? You guys want me to order you anything? I recently found a place in the valley called, I think Didar Kitchen. Oh, it's so good. I think it was Mediterranean, but a lot of times I don't like Mediterranean because it can be like a little dry or whatever. But this place, so good. Because everything was so moist, I just like could not stop eating, and like I mean like the chicken breasts and stuff. All right, so we are gonna get one of these wraps. Which one do we want? I think we're gonna do that one. Do chicken. I'm gonna do half a chicken. Ooh, free sauces? Love me some free sauces. And of course we gotta get a side of mashed potatoes, because anyone that sells mashed potatoes, you have to support this. We'll get the medium. Definitely. Chicken and mashed potatoes. I mean, that's the play. I can't think of anything better. Do they have any other good sides? Chicken pasta salad? I mean, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, that's my meal. Is a can of Coke worth $2, guys? Do we think a can of Coke is worth $2 in this moment? I can't decide. I think I'll skip it. We're going to skip the Coke. I want to get your guys' opinions. If there's a place that's like 5 miles away and you're ordering on Uber Eats or, you know, Postmates or whatever, what do you think should be the standard tip that you leave? Like, I'm really curious what the etiquette is when it comes to leaving a tip. Do you think you should just do a straight percentage? Do you think you should do just the, you know, what you think it's worth their time to, like, based on how far they're delivering? Do you think a $20 order should be tipped the same as a $40 order? Because you got to remember, they're not, you know, you're not like at a restaurant. They aren't waiters. They aren't having to bring you more food as far as like more people to deal with, more sides to deal with, more orders to deal with. So say you order like one entree and it's $20, and then you order a second entree, it's another $20, so it's $40. Is that worth tipping more? This is going to be in the same bag because it's not that big of a difference. Or do you think just the straight percentage is fair because you are ordering more stuff? It's more stuff for them to check. It's more stuff for them to get sides for, or like utensils and stuff. It's a higher chance of something being wrong, and so they might have to wait longer while they get it fixed. I don't know. What is the etiquette? And I mean, I've never personally been a delivery person or like an Uber driver or anything, so I don't know how good the money is. I have no idea. So I mean, yes, obviously they get paid per delivery, but I'm just curious. We live in California. I think people tip here a lot in general, but I'm just kind of curious because it defaults to like 18 or 20%, but I don't know what percentage of people like do that. I always tip very well, just to, you know, it's hard to make it here in California, but I'm just curious what other people's opinion are. And then, yeah, if they get it wrong, do not tip them. But the thing is that Uber Eats, at least, I'm sure the other apps, they have made getting a refund very easy. You used to have to call in and like talk to someone, but now you literally just on the app can say, hey, this item didn't come, and it'll credit you like really quickly. So now it's like, yes, they messed it up, but it's not a huge inconvenience because I don't have to call anymore. It's so interesting. You know, America's all about tip culture, for better or for worse. And, okay, what do I need still? Valorex? What is this even talking about? So I need spiders. Wait, did it not give me the... No, it gave me that. What is Valorex story? I don't even know what that is. Oh, I have to listen to that, dude. I'm just running around like an idiot right now. Okay, so I do need to go kill Incendisars. Incendisors, that's what I'm going to do. Which is very exciting stuff, I know. Maybe after I eat, I could try and find a BRD group. I would like to be 1 level higher. But the problem with going to BRD at like 54 as a tank is you really can't get that far. Wait, what the hell? Oh my god. Dude, I was freaking out. So I couldn't move my character just right there because I was netted. But if I'm not tripping, the net was not showing up on my screen. I literally was like, wait, do I have to hearth out of here before I die? Like, what's going on? That was crazy. That freaked me out. That was an actual freak out moment there for a second. I swear the net didn't show up, but maybe it was just blending in. Maybe it was camouflaged. 10% tip up to a value of $5 maximum. I feel like that's fair, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I've heard people fight tooth and nail saying you need to tip 20% no matter what, and if you don't, you're a terrible person. And then I've heard people say, well, I don't tip at all because they should just be paid a living wage to do their job if they're doing it full time. And it's like, I don't know what the answer is, you guys. I don't know. I do agree that people should just be paid a living wage and then bake in the cost of that into food, and that's life. But since in America, the laws are they can underpay if you're a tipped worker. They try and make every job a goddamn tip work. Like, it's fucking bullshit. So I think it is for worse as well. I think a better system is just bake in the cost and put the cost on the menu, and that's the fucking cost, you know? Oh no, the guy who I was hoping to go with to BRD is currently in BRD. We may have lost our chance. What up, OGNQ Nav? H the Husky Husky. Always fun to say. Always a good time. I mean, Tuckek, but do you order food delivery very often? Because the prices are insane. Because on top of that, and I recently tested this, and it is 100% true. On top of that, these stores will mark up the price of every food item if you're ordering it delivery, because you're not in the store to know what the actual price is, and almost nobody looks it up. And so on top of the delivery fee, on top of the gouge price, then they also want you to tip. It's pretty crazy. It's basically turned into like when you order room service at a hotel, and they're like, they're like service charge, delivery charge, in-room charge, the fact that you're over 3 feet tall charge. They just pile on the charges, and then they don't tell you that service charge is the tip. And so then they just deliver it and look at you like expecting you to also write in a tip. But the service charge is the tip that the delivery person at the hotel actually gets. Color me surprised when I learned that. All I know is in LA, anytime you order delivery, it's like $30 to $50. It's so crazy if you're getting a couple meals. And that's on the low end, honestly. If it's like a group of friends, it's over 100. Definitely. Oh boy. So I'm trying to think, what ridiculousness should I do on this character? What is this guy doing? Why is that guy running around all crazy? Am I high? What? What is that? I don't have this zone memorized that much because I actually don't quest here a lot. I always forget about this zone. But on this character, since I'm a warrior, I'm like, you know what? It's green. And green means go when you're a... What in the world? That guy just ran through the wall. And he ran directly to this other guy. I swear, they program him to run directly at mobs like 90% of the time. And then they add that 10% where they don't, just to make you think that it's not programmed that way. But it definitely is. QNOV, you never told me what's up with you. Inquiring minds want to know. How much soft banana bread do I have? 12? These dwarves love their damn soft banana bread. Holy cow. I mostly just been kind of blindly grinding. I'm not really paying attention just because I'm like, I need to get a level or two so I can go to Winter Spring. And I hate doing the Plague Lands. And so I always try and get as high level as I can. I don't even bother looting fire blooms. They aren't even worth the vendor cost. The time it takes to get it. And this place I ordered from actually usually delivers pretty quick, so I might take a little munchies break. You guys can watch me do a mukbang on stream. Your torrent reminds me my ward died at 59 a week ago. Oh, that's the fucking worst. Please tell me it wasn't in the Plague Lands. I dread the Plague Lands. It like... Because the thing is... Like in WoW, I feel like you start to feel like you're getting so close when you're like 52, 53. And then... I can run all the way around again, probably. And then you get to the Plague Lands and just die. And it's like, god damn it. Isn't $5 about the price of a Subway footlong? It used to be. I think they bring it back at like $6 or $7 every now and then, but their deals are not as good as they used to be. And then they started losing sales. So I think they're trying to go back to that. And same thing with McDonald's. They tried to bring back their value menu or whatever because people are like, these prices are insane. What are you guys smoking? And then they like release like, oh, we had our best year ever in sales. Profits are up 45%. It's like, yeah, because you fucking jacked up the prices, you dickbag. It's not because of, you're not fooling anybody with the fact that you're like, it's supply chain issues. No, it's not. What, the supply chain of how big your bank account is? Get out of there. Get out of here with this. Dude, my hair is so slippery after I washed it with this new shampoo. It's like so slick. I can't keep my headset on. Eastern part at the big spiders. Fucking Plague Lands, man. There's so many things there that if you don't, like, know every little thing that every mob does can just kill you. So annoying. And yeah, I got lucky on this guy with the drops. I got the shoulders, which I almost never get. Bracers, I got at a little bit of a discount. They're just Valor bracers. Got the helm super cheap. The chest dropped for me from, was that RFD? So I've gotten pretty lucky on this guy overall, actually. Okay, let's see. So I need to go here. We're going to go kill some Incendisaurs while we wait for our food. And yeah, the Plague Lands I always dread. I'm going to be there soon, though, because I'm basically finishing up here. And then I essentially just need to start Western Plague Lands. I always skip the quests here. Because if I'm going to be down here doing these, I might as well just sell. Like the Basilisk Brains usually sell for like a gold each. It's a good place to farm if it's a low population time, like late at night or whatever. But I think I got to go to Western Plague Lands after this, which I'm not looking forward to. We had to raise prices to hire more accounts to manage our piles of cash. God, it's so true, dude. It's so annoying. Okay, I think I'm going the right way for the Incendisaurs because they're down there. I think this is the right way. I get so lost in here. This is the one thing I can like never figure out where the hell I'm actually going. I don't know. Hopefully this is the right way. At least I'm getting some XP killing mobs. That's what actually matters. But once I hit 60 on my characters, I'm like, I'm just going to do Upper Blackrock Spire and get all the... Because Upper Blackrock Spire is like the easiest dungeon at 60 in my opinion. And everything else where they're like Scholomance and all this stuff, I'm like, I don't think I want to do that because there's actually things that can get you killed in there. But it would be fun to do Molten Core on one of these characters because I have my 60 Hunter. This guy will be 60 eventually, obviously. It would be fun to do Molten Core. Molten Core just sucks as melee. If you're with a group that sucks. What other 60 cards do I have? So on the first hardcore server, I have a 60 mage and a 60 warrior. But that server is super dead. They're both alive. And then on this server, I have a 60 hunter and a this guy's gonna be 60, so it'll be my fourth 60. So I think I'm going to level mage next, because I hate that I don't have a level 60 mage on this server. I swear, Sweeping Strikes does not work half the time. There we go. You have to be at like the perfect angle for Sweeping Strikes to hit both targets. It's so annoying. But it will still gladly take one of your charges, even if it's not working. I think my least favorite classes to play are Rogue, which I know is blasphemy because everyone loves a Rogue. Rogue, Warlock, probably Priest. I would say are my bottom three. And my top three are Mage, Warrior, Druid. Hunter is always great because it's just like, I mean, you're never going to die. Oh my god, I am not going the right way to these Incendisaurs, am I? This is so annoying. We're just going to be here forever, fam. Because this is just going to loop all the way back around. Oh my god, I hate my life. I just want to kill the Incendisaurs. I can never... I will level to 60 10,000 times and never remember how to actually get there. Oh god, that was almost a little spicy. So question, WoW, is WoW all about slaying stuff, or are there some true RP elements to it? I mean, any RP element would be what other players bring to the table. Thanks for the follow, Jegra. Appreciate it. So the social aspect can be RP. And I guess if you like the like story and stuff, that can be RP. But it's not this way, right? Like, is this literally where I just loop? No, don't run in there. That's the elite guy, right? Yeah, that's the elite guy. Almost died, you know? Because the Incendisaurs are down there. That's where they be. And I'm like, do I just jump off of here? Is that what it's going to take for me to get to the right place? It's probably... Oh, wait, that's the entrance. So it's probably just go over and down. It's probably that simple. Actually, I can just jump right here, right? Yeah, this will be fine. And we'll charge to be extra safe. There we go. But I've never been into RP. I don't care about the story. I don't care about none of that. I just want to level. Leveling and PvP are my favorite, which unfortunately on hardcore, you can only do leveling and raiding. But I enjoy raiding on hardcore because there's the heightened risk of death. I didn't really enjoy raiding when it was just like, oh, you died, and now you're going to spend 45 minutes buffing everyone again. It's like, you know what? If we're dead, we're dead. So lock in, all right? Focus up. Stop being scrubs. No scrubs allowed. Here we go. Here's the Incendisaurs. Here they are. Let's kill two at a time because we are super good pro gamer. See, Sweeping Strikes does not work half the time. These guys are literally stacked on top of each other. And then you have to like back up and then you lose all your charges. I swear as Torrent, it just like does not work half the time. It's so annoying. I don't know if it's just Torrent, but I don't remember it ever being that bad on any of my other warriors. But maybe it was. Maybe I just blocked that from my memory. There's definitely a chance that that is true. Alright, this quest is always great because they drop 1 billion scales. And there's not usually too many people down here. Sometimes there is, though. Like, Sweeping Strikes is so good, but yeah, Swindling Strikes is definitely a much better name for it. A much, much better name. thinking, like, if I were to do Mara, like, we start. I think that stuff's boring. Like, this is a terrible helmet. Is there another guy on me? Yes, there is. Like, armor, nature resistance, and defense? What are you smoking? That's terrible. Tinker, Gizlock. All this stuff sucks. It's like, yeah, that sword's okay, but I don't really care that much. The axe is worse than what I have. Then there's Princess. It's like the legs are okay. Is it really worth going there? The ring is quite nice. Man, if I worked at Blizzard, I would make Classic so good. Ugh. Did I change it to Starcraft? Yes, I did. Fantastic. These guys spawn pretty quick in here too, which is nice. Did I play original WoW back in the day? I sure did. I think I started in 2006. It was long before the Burning Crusade. So I wasn't like, you know, I wasn't in the beta or whatever. But my friend got me into WoW pretty early on. They're still working on our order. And so I have like so many days played on WoW. It's probably 500-600. What up, Chris Starzecki? Husky, my God, long time. Haven't seen you, man. I know, I kind of randomly pop in and out. I'm like that distant, you know, uncle who you like, but he just kind of randomly pops in every couple years. Maybe for like a Christmas or something. And then vanishes again. Is 2006 Burning Crusade? When did Burning Crusade come out? Maybe I started earlier than I thought. Was I in high school? No, I was in high school. You're right. It says 2007, January 16 is when Burning Crusade came out. But I definitely played a long time. So when did World of Warcraft come out? It says November 2004. Was I still in high school when I started playing? Because I graduated high school in 2005. Maybe I was. Maybe it was a little bit earlier than I thought. I just, for some reason, I thought I was in college. But, I mean, it's fucking 20 years ago. Fucking 20-year reunion is coming up. Ugh. Yeah, I guess I was, because Jason got me into it. And we went to college together, too, but yeah, it was high school. You're right, Mr. Cuckoo. I love it, Chris. I re-uploaded all my Starcraft songs to my YouTube channel. So they're up there. That's hilarious. Did you, dude? I'm like getting so old. Like all these memories are so distant. I don't even remember you playing. That's crazy, dude. It's the YouTube brain rot. It's officially killed my brain. I was actually talking to Jason 2 days ago. I haven't seen him in forever, but we like text each other, or more Discord at this point. I don't use Discord that much, but he's good. He's still in the original area. I tried to convince him to move to California at one point, but you know, I don't want to push it too hard. People gotta find their own destiny. Oh, you only played to like Lolo. Were you a gnome mage? I'm I'm trying to see if I can unlock this memory. I'm trying to see. That sounds right. I feel like no mage sounds right. So one of my brain cells in here is holding onto that memory, trying to remember the details, but that's too funny. No, I definitely went off the more gamer life. WoW definitely contributed to that, although obviously it was pretty big in the games before that.
Health warning.
Health warning. Health warning.
Health warning.
Yeah. I'm so glad that I didn't realize these guys cast fire spells. If that would have just like
Health
one-shot
warning.
me, that would have been very upsetting. But we're all good. We are all good. Okay, 6 more of these guys. Where is HC Starcraft now? I remember you both were one of the first con Starcraft Blue plays. You had different styles, both very entertaining. I have no idea. I heard that he went to play poker and then just kind of never came back. But on one of my streams, I told a pretty spicy story, trying to maybe upset the balance in the universe. Maybe try and get him to come back and defend himself, but no such luck. I honestly couldn't tell you, because I think he quit making videos after me, right? And so I wasn't really in touch with him. I don't even think I have his phone number. Because, I mean, that would have been, what, 15 years ago, 10 years ago? I know Sean is still making content. Tasteless or Tosis, they're still doing their thing. Grubby is streaming WoW and Warcraft a lot. I mean, we all kind of know what happened with Destiny. I think Idra basically quit the internet completely a long time ago. Sheth became a public attorney, I think, public defender or whatever. I know Huck went on to do a lot of different stuff offline, a little bit online. I'm trying to think of who else. I have no idea what Mr. Bitters is doing. You got any inside information on Blizz having anything in mind for StarCraft 2, or is it completely over? So everyone I know at Blizzard quit a long time ago. Like, you know, I know Mike Morheim, the CEO. He obviously went on to do his own thing. I knew most of the executives, especially the ones that worked on StarCraft, but a lot of the WoW ones too. Most of them aren't there anymore. I knew a lot of the team that worked on Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm. They aren't there anymore. And then obviously when it's sold, it's just like a different company now. So unless I like really jump back into like being a Blizzard caster or whatever, I don't think I'm going to get too much information, especially since, you know, it's Microsoft now. It's not really Blizzard. So I don't have any juicy insight. Sorry. All right, so we got all these. We can leave now. Need to listen to this guy's story. Feels like esports never recovered. No, the thing is esports got way bigger than StarCraft. And so it's actually kind of the opposite, where StarCraft esports never recovered. but that's because Blizzard didn't know what the hell they were doing with esports, and they got into the game too long. They ran their league wrong. They didn't monetize the game soon enough as far as like skins and cosmetics and stuff. They just didn't know what the hell they were doing, and I saw it happening real time. That was a big part of why I lost like motivation to continue covering it, because it's like they're not supporting it in the way that it needs to be supported. And so why would I put all my eggs in a basket that is not being handled correctly? It was very, you know, I did for a long time, and I tried to help them as much as I could, but they wouldn't listen to me really. And so you know, you could just see the slowly sinking ship while all the bigger ships are just passing on by. Obviously, they're not going to be throwing a life raft. And so, you know, they had good intentions, but it was too little too late from the very beginning. And it's only sustainable for so long. I mean, they definitely lost money. It's like you're spending all this money to build a league. The league is set up in a really weird way to begin with, but that aside. But the thing is you need to monetize your game. There's only so many people in the world who are going to pay to buy Starcraft. So you need to have cool tournaments. It gets people excited about the game, gets them wanting to play. But then when they go to the game and there's nothing for them to buy, there's nothing new, there's nothing cool, there's nothing fun, there's nothing social, there's nothing being worked on, then you're just throwing money into the fucking furnace. Because, you know, big esports events are basically marketing for the game. And so it's like running a bunch of commercials, and then people are like, oh shit, I'm going to go check this out. This looks dope. But then you don't have a way to monetize those people. Like, it makes no fucking sense. And so it you know, then they started the league too late. They kind of half-assed it. I know they were working on it hard. I'm not saying they didn't try, but it just wasn't done the right way. And then on top of that, you don't have a way to capture resources from the new fans that you're making. So eventually it's going to taper out. Like, that's a no fucking brainer. Whereas League of Legends can kind of keep cruising while they build out new, while they do a lot of world building. They work on an MMO. They work on their FPS. They work on all this other stuff because they built a sustainable model with League of Legends. And it was just so frustrating. It's like being on the losing team, or being on a sinking ship, or being in a dysfunctional family where it's like you love them, but it's just like, can we pull it together, please? And they never did. They never did. And I do think that Starcraft is a much better esport than League of Legends. I think it's a much better esport than Hearthstone. I think it's a much better esport than WoW. I think it's a much better esport than most other esports. But that just shows you that if you don't, you know, they were used to Brood War, where the whole culture kind of built itself around that game on its own. But you cannot scale to the level that you need, like Riot or, you know, whatever other big esports, Counter-Strike. You can't scale by being completely hands-off. And the problem is that even if they would have been hands-off, it might have been better, but they did have their fingers, like, meddling a little bit to try. Yeah. Anyways, I've always disagreed with how they ran that. I did when they were running it, and I did, you know, after, and I, just from what I saw, I'm like, you guys kind of doomed this. And that's not to say that it would have been a successful esport forever, but it could have been so much better. And I just remember, like, when I went to, I think it was when I was shown Heroes of the Storm the first time in person. I can't remember if it was before it was announced or if it was shortly after that first, you know, terrible damage video. I can't remember the exact timeline. It was somewhere around there. And I remember asking him, because we played a couple games, you know, hands-on. It was like a behind-the-scenes. And I remember sitting with him. It was like at lunch or something like that. And I asked him, I'm like, dude, why are there not cosmetics in StarCraft 2 that you can buy? Like, I think the ship timing has already sailed, but still, you should still try. And he told me in person, he was like, well, the hardware, it's not good. And then it's confusing for new players. And, you know, he had like 3 reasons that they could never do cosmetics. And I'm like, you know, that monkey toy meme or whatever, where his eyes are kind of like looking off to the side. I'm just imagining like, okay, well, here's League of Legends, here's Dota, here's Counter-Strike, here's every fucking game that is crushing you right now, and they fucking figured out how to make it work. And so I just think it was like the mindset across the board was always just wrong. And I think they finally realized that. Like, it's just like Nintendo not wanting to release their old back catalog of games for so long, and they have like a huge, like, I don't know if it's ego or whatever. But you see that interview the other day with the Sony? I can't remember if it's the CEO or not. And he's like, "Yeah, we've been releasing our old games, and it's just printing money." It's like, yeah, no shit. That's what people have been saying forever. And it's the same thing with Starcraft. It's the same thing with WoW Classic. It's like, it's not that hard, guys. You're overthinking it. You're literally overthinking it. You're getting paid a ridiculous amount of money to overthink it. And that's what happened to Starcraft, in my opinion. They were overthinking the cosmetics. Like, just add a toggle where people can turn off seeing other people's cosmetics if you think it's too confusing. Like, it's that simple. And it's just like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. And then they missed the boat. It's like, yeah, they eventually came out with like cosmetics. It was way too late. It was like 4 years later than it should have been. It's just so stupid. But what can you do? What can you do? All right, finally turn in some of these quests. It always feels good. Oh, we got the loofah. The trinket that I never use. I'm sure there's a good use for it in like Zul'Gurub or something, but... Oh, are we actually going to level here? This is pretty close. Oh, we are at 100%, but it did not level. Oh my god, can we get off of this, please? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Alright, anything else worth selling? Plate 12 strength 7 stam. Nope. Ooh, I use this one on my hunter forever, but obviously I'm not a hunter. I always hold on to the loofah just because I hate selling trinkets, but don't actually need it. Actually, no, give me that spider meat back. Still need a little cloth to turn that one in. I forgot to get it. If I do... I'm never going to use this for rep, let's be honest. I'm so close to leveling. I'm literally at 100%. Yeah, and StarCraft definitely had a good run. It eventually got to the tipping point where I'm like, if you guys don't act now, it's gonna fizzle out over time. And unfortunately, I think that's exactly what happens. But I also, like, everyone that I knew at Blizzard, as far as like my interactions with them, they always had the right intentions as far as like making a good game, trying not to upset the fan base, at least like the people that I knew at the time that I knew them. And that genuinely is why I think they didn't do cosmetics, because they thought deep down that that was the right choice, but it wasn't. And yeah. And you know, Blizzard has always been owned by another bigger company throughout the majority of its history. So, you know, that always adds in a layer of complexity to get things done the right way. That always does. You know, they always say, we're not going to change anything here. Yeah, it's a lie. They just tell that for the employees to feel like their life isn't going to be turned upside down, but it will. It's always a lie. And, yeah, unfortunately, it just wasn't handled correctly. What's my thoughts on hardcore professions? I always go, if I'm melee or it's my first character on a new server, I always go engineering. On this character, I actually went engineering herbalist, because leveling engineering when you have a main is actually really easy and it's not that expensive. And so I leveled my engineering just to 241. And that lets me use like the target dummies. And also I use the high explosive bombs, which are pretty good. And then I'll probably max it out once I get closer to 60. But and then the herbs, like once you get to like 275 or whatever, the herbs will sell for quite a bit. So it's just nice to have a little easy thing to gather to make money. And my hunter is mining engineering. So if I ever want to make money mining, I can just use him. And then as far as like tailoring and leatherworking and blacksmithing, it's like there's so many cheap items on the auction house that the professions just are not min-maxed for like being actually helpful while you're leveling. Especially if you have a main that can just feed you gear, there's really no point to those. And so I don't really do those. And yes, it's like once you reach max level and you can make like your truth faith vestments and you can make certain items, like that's a little bit different because that is like the end game, but for leveling, and the majority of characters are never gonna necessarily even want to make those or be able to. I don't really think that it's worth getting anything else. The professions in Classic are garbage for the most part. And again, it's like, oh, sorry, KP. I just saw your message from like a million hours ago. You're probably not watching anymore, but there's a big patch of retail WoW coming this Thursday. Any plans to check it out? Not really. I mean, I just don't really know anything about retail. I haven't played retail in like 15 years. I don't know. I think I'm the target demo for Classic. Yeah, and StarCraft has stood the test of time. But that's the thing. The reason StarCraft had the success it did, it was a good game. I'm not going to say it's not. But that is a big part of it, is there really was not a lot of competition. And so they made a great game. But the community is what really built it up beyond just being like a fun single-player campaign game. Whereas, like, Command & Conquer never had a community as good. I don't want to say it's good, that's not, but like as big and mainstream, at least during that era, because the game wasn't as good as StarCraft was for competitive multiplayer. Not saying it's not fun to watch competitive, but it's just not, it didn't have that mainstream appeal as much. And so the fact they made such a good game, I mean, it's a testament to the game itself. That's why it stood on its own for so long. But then once other companies started to get that market share, you couple it with being much smarter about how they're running their esports scene, and how they became kind of a sandbox. Yay, there we go. Like Minecraft, and I gotta look up what spec I actually want to be. I'm just kind of randomly doing it. Look at Minecraft. They were able to turn that into a sandbox experience, which I still believe that an RTS can be a sandbox experience. I genuinely believe that. I think it's the only way it's going to work long term. But just wasn't handled right on the esports scene, so it eventually fizzled out. Hey, Cannonstall Cod. Good to see ya. All I hear is Husky going to drop a SC2 cast of Cyril versus Maru. Could you imagine? Oh, wait, is that my food? It's time. Meet Grigor at the door. Yes, please. Yes, please. All right, I'm going to grab my food. So we're going to find a safe little spot here. I should be good here. I'm going to grab the food. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, we've got food. We got pasta, taters, and some all dark chicken. Ski husk in the vicinity. Hey, flying squirrel man. Nothing like watching someone else eat, you know? That's what we call quality content. I think I can cook, but I don't at all. The only thing I enjoy cooking is bulgogi. So good. I'm having. What am I having for lunch? Dark meat chicken with mashed potatoes and chicken pasta salad. And it's amazing. I'm almost done. All right. Oh, was it muted? I was just saying I was putting the dishes away, so you didn't really miss that much. If we're going to be honest. All right. Well, I think we're ready to be gamers again. What do you guys think? Do I like slower paced strategy games like Civilization Stellaris? Civilization's pretty fun. I like Heroes of Might and Magic. I think that counts as a strategy game, doesn't it? But in general, since I don't have as much time to just like sit and enjoy a game, I tend to still like faster paced stuff like first person shooters. Like I played a lot of Apex Legends because, you know, I could have 30 minutes to jump in and do a game. Stuff like that. Ugh. Tend to like more faster paced stuff. It doesn't need to be like, you know, crazy fast paced, but just more real time, I suppose. Let me see. This should be. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, so we're gonna kill the last few spiders. I don't even know. Dire Mall East level 54. Yikes. I mean, I could maybe do Sunken Temple. It's like, do I even want to go to Sunken Temple? I know there's like good quest rewards, but I don't know if I have all the quests yet. Temple of blah de blah. Let's see what the temple has to offer us. Fire Bloom is so lame. Nobody wants Fire Bloom. Nobody wants Fire Bloom. No, my herba's gone. Need to get more of those. Alright, let's see. Leather boots. Get out of here. Unavailable in classic. just like stuff I'm not that excited about. Because my weapon's better than anything that's gonna be. I mean, Drake Claw Band could be decent. All that stuff sucks. It's all the same stuff. Yeah, I don't think we're getting the epic one-handed sword. Oh, my nose is so itchy. But yeah, shield's okay. The axe is decent. I haven't actually raided in hardcore. I've done Molten Core and Blackened Layer like back in the day, but I never was like a huge raider. Like the whole like spending 8 hours to do a raid stuff. I never really did that. Never really did. Alright, we killed some spiders. Is the Looking Glass an elite quest? Can't remember. Where I'm like, do I want to queue? I just don't really want to do Sunken Temple. Like, Sunken Temple and Mara just bore me. They just are boring. And then as BRD, like, even this group doing BRD, they're like all 57 plus. 56 plus. So I'd have to make like a low level group, but then you can only do a couple bosses. There's not a lot of options. Not a lot of options. And I at least like raiding in Classic because there is very well a chance that you can die. Some of the mechanics are just so funny. I mean, if everyone's like super sweat mode, obviously not, but I remember like the guild I was in, I think it was regular Classic, when regular Classic first came out. They were so bad, they could only kill like 2 bosses in Molten Core. Which was, you know, just a hilarious, fun thing to be a part of. But it just is like, there is still room for people to be bad. I gotta go this other way, don't I? You know what? No, I'm gonna go listen to this guy's story. I gotta go train my new abilities because I'm 54 now. Alright, so I gotta listen to this dude's story. I forgot we gotta listen to this guy just chat his brains out. Blah, 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 blah. But hey, it gives me experience, right? 300 experience for listening to this guy ramble on. Oh, that's why. I was like, I thought I'm supposed to kill these golems. Do you guys say golem or golem? I've always said golem. When people are like, it's golem. I'm like, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. It doesn't seem to be spelled that way to me. Oh, snap. We just had 2 terrible deaths. Shirks and Shrusk. Very similar names. World buffs and Classic Plus, yay or nay? I think the world buffs, I know people hate that, like, you essentially have to get them. And I understand that, like, you shouldn't design a game in that way. But I think for hardcore, it's just, like, so fun. Like, when you have an Onyxia buff and you're level 5, like, it's just, there's, like, a fun, quirky aspect to it. I think they could do... Whoa! I'm telling you, dude, this new conditioner has made my hair so slick. These headphones are flying off like never before. It adds like a fun quirkiness. They could make it where like world buffs can't be used in raids. And I know like the raiders will be like, ugh. But if they design the raids around not having to do that, then it would make it a little more entry level. I think like it's more for me, like the jump from Blackwing Lair to Molten Core. I would hope that with Classic Plus, they could have more raids that are similar to Molten Core, in that anyone can step into Molten Core, and if you explain things well enough, pretty much anyone can do it. Obviously, there's mechanics that can be overwhelming. You know, like a total noob is not going to be able to keep up. But the thing I never liked about Blackwing Lair is the first boss, at least back in the day. I don't know if there's an easier way to do Razor Gore, is that his name? Because I haven't been forever. Razor Gore, right? Hold on, let's see if I'm being super stupid right now. Yeah, Razor Gore. Okay, I'm not that dumb. Like Razor Gore has such a crazy mechanic. I think they eventually simplified the fight as far as like the strategy, but it's just so insane that it's almost not enjoyable, because I feel like Razor Gore should be like the 5th or 6th boss, where it's like, okay, now let's throw a crazy mechanic. But I always just felt like Blackwing Lair to like the average person, and I know a lot of you are sweats who like Husky, blah, blah. Like to the average gamer, I'm always repping the average gamer. It just had always felt a little too crazy of a mechanic. Like you don't even get to kill trash. Razor Gore is literally just chilling right at the entrance. You don't even get to kill trash. And so I would hope that with Classic Plus, they would add more raids and more dungeons where it's more approachable to new players. You can add really crazy stuff a little bit later on in the raid, and that doesn't mean that, you know, people can still die on Molten Core trash. It's not just a cakewalk to the average. Again, this I'm speaking about the average gamer who doesn't know a lot about WoW. But I would love to see that be added in Classic Plus for sure. Yes, this is World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore. So if you watch someone else playing WoW and they're playing retail, which is like the much more updated version of WoW, it will look very different. You know, it's still made by the same company, so it's not too crazy, but definitely very different games. Man, this part of leveling is so slow. It's so slow. We gotta go turn in an outhouse key. Hey, Lieutenant Orange Juice. What is going on? I had orange juice yesterday. I used to have orange juice every day till I realized it's literally sugar water. Might as well have a goddamn soda at that point. And then you look up how orange juice is made. It's like not that impressive. This is a huge patrol. Why is that such a big patrol? That would definitely obliterate me, except I have retaliation. I'm not gonna go up against, what is that, 5 mobs? Oh, but retaliation makes you feel unkillable. And yeah, I used to drink so much goddamn orange juice. Like back in like when I first started YouTube, I would buy at first it was Sunny D, which is like even worse for you than orange juice. Then I would buy like Simply Orange or something, like the nicer stuff, and I would just drink it by the gallon. Would not recommend. Would not recommend. Why do I click on stuff that I already know? It's like, why do I need to click on pattern red linen robe? Like, I know what that is. I don't need to be clicking on that, but I just can't help it. I just can't help it. Oh, I don't have enough silk. I need more silk. I think these guys drop silk, actually. All right, we gotta go to the outhouse. The only herbs out here are fire bloom. Nobody wants the fire bloom. Nobody wants the fire. Oh, these guys drop the golem oil too. The exciting gameplay of a warrior. Sunder. 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 Thundercats, ho! That's a Lay Warrior in a nutshell. I mean, all that build up to do 100 damage in a swing. It's definitely something. Alright, this dude's out of here. I wonder if I can get some silk just from these guys. I like how I've set him free, but there's still a quest to bring him toilet paper. So funny. Bueller has been following Husky for 10 years, 11 months, 9 days, 15 hours. Damn, bruh. I think there's people out there who've been following me for like 14 years, but you're just a few days away from passing that 11-year mark. We are all old now. We are all so old. So very, very old. Isn't it crazy to think high school, college being 10 plus years ago? My 20-year high school reunion is coming up. And no, I don't do high school reunions. Fuck if I'm going to go to that. But 20 years? The fuck? I was 18 when I graduated high school, and now it's been 20 years on top of that. Crazy. We're all old, man. My favorite thing is when people come in and it's like, Husky, you look so old now. I'm like, yeah, it says you, who is also the same exact older age. It's so funny. And I'm aging like fine wine, let's be honest. I am aging impeccably. Never looked better. And I don't have an ego, which is really the benefit. Oh, that food was so good. So I have leftover mashed potatoes. You know what I'm going to do for dinner? This is the play. You get really good mashed potatoes, okay? You get a bagel. You toast that bagel. You put the mashed potatoes on the bagel. Close it up like a sandwich. And you eat that bagel. Oh, it's so good. So good. These guys are gray to me now. I'm like, you guys got any silk? I just want some silk. It would be much quicker for me just to go to the mailbox and get the silk. But I'm like, maybe these guys... Maybe they will just give me silk. You just had your 20-year high school reunion? Was it, Did you graduate and... This guy's literally messaging me, do you happen to have silk? Because everyone forgets to get silk. That's what I'm trying to find. This guy's literally asking for the same thing. It's so funny. Was it for 84 or 85? Graduating. This guy's gonna steal my silk. I just know it. I just know it. But it's like when people are like, "Oh, I just keep in touch with everyone that I care about from high school." I'm like, I don't keep in touch with anyone from high school. And my one friend. That's it. But my high school was pretty small. Not a lot of exciting things going on as far as like people that would move to California with me, you know. I think a lot of them still live in the small town, as far as I've heard anyways. No, these guys aren't dropping silk. I need silk. I'm just gonna have to go mail it myself. Really? 6 silk? You guys can't do me the favor of 6 silk? And crits are so satisfying. Alright, well I guess these guys are not big on the silk. It's the sad truth. So we're just gonna try and get that looking glass. And I guess some Heart of Flames. Oh, Searing Gorge. What are we going to do with you? Apparently this guy says he drops a Heart of Flame. Guess he is a Magma Elemental. We shall see if that is indeed the truth. Well, he didn't drop anything. If you're ever leveling here, careful of this bridge. If you log out on it, if you get feared, if it gets bugged. We literally had someone in the guild die recently, but I believe I've actually fallen through that. That bridge is super buggy. It's got to be careful. I think it's that bridge. I want to say it's really any bridge. Just don't trust it. There's no Beaverton Mall anymore. Dude, Oregon, since I left, has gotten pretty crazy in the rural areas. Like after those fires, one of my family members was chased by an armed militia. Yeah, it got pretty crazy in the rural areas. It wasn't like that when I lived there. But again, that was 20 fucking years ago. Just crazy. Dang, a mate or a priest dying on Dracasath? How? That's crazy. I don't see anyone else die. Oh god, is this gonna be for BRD? Let's see. What a terrible helm. Agility, intellect, spirit? Oh, I guess that'd be okay for Hunter. Some Hunters do stack intellect over stamina, because it obviously helps you use more abilities. So I could see that. And then the spirit's actually like, you know, everyone makes fun of spirit, but any mana regen is good. Oh wait, I need to kill the... Always scary charging that close to a ledge. Guess I could tank it. I don't be trusting... I don't know. This is going to be a low-ass level group. If it's a level 52 rogue putting it together. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to have the patience for a low-level BRD, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. A 57 Hunter. I don't know if he's going to want to stay, though. We'll see. We shall see how all of this goes. Okay, does he walk off the bridge? Nope. I don't want to go anywhere near that bridge. I don't trust that bridge. I don't like the way the bridge is looking at me. I don't like anything this bridge stands for. I think I was only in BRD looking for group. Can't join with 60s. Can't join with 60s. Alright, we got the looking glass. Well, you can't do LBRS with 60s. I don't think you... What level is LBRS? It says 55. Like, what levels? Yeah, it is actually 55. Like, if you can't use the gear yet, probably don't want to go there at too low of a level. Hey, Peyton Davis. It is so funny, the whole refuse to take accountability thing. That shit was cracking me up. What is this guy doing? Would have had... Okay, so we have no casters. We have... This is already looking awful. This is already looking absolutely terrible. I mean, it's nice that it's 57 and 59. But I'm still kind of low to go too far. Didn't I used to live close to Portland? Yeah, like 45 minutes outside Portland. Why did you move to California? Pursue YouTube. And that was before it went crazy, though. I mean, I've been in LA now 15 plus years, I think. I'm just gonna leave. I'm not gonna deal with this. That group was a hot mess. I don't even know if I want to do BRD at 54. And at least the thing with Pirate, and I kind of talked about this before, and I haven't followed the new stuff that comes out. I don't know if he has, you know, serious allegations or not. I don't keep that up to date on it. But as far as like the dungeon drama, like that's the type of drama the internet needs more of. Where at the end of the day, it's harmless. It's a fucking 20-year-old game. Like, you know, no one's actually getting hurt. He's just a bad gamer, and that's the risk you take when you do dungeons with people. And then like all the follow-up drama was just so funny. But again, I don't know the like severity of any of the other stuff. I again have to look it up. But that's the type of drama I can get behind, where it's like people aren't getting hurt, people aren't getting scammed. It's just one guy not realizing that he's bad at video games and then having a huge ego about it is pretty hilarious to me. But I would never watch someone like that because I don't support those type of people. But at the end of the day, it's funny. Am I in OnlyFans? No, I'm trying to decide if I should look into it. I applied on their website, I think, but I don't think they actually check that. So I don't know. And I don't know. My characters don't follow their rules, at least right now, I believe. Because I think you still can't do auction house and stuff. Is that right? I don't keep super close update, but it would be fun to be in, I think. Just to have some friends, you know? Just have some friends. Guess I need 2 more Heart of Flames. Don't I know Grubby? Well, it's more of a he knows of me, I would say. But I also don't want to bug him. Grubby. Grubby, invite me to OnlyFans. Invite me to OnlyFans, Grubby. You know, I don't want to be that guy. And I don't really stream all that much. So... yeah, like I don't even know what the Second Life allegations are. I probably don't want to know. And I don't support him in any way. I just think the WoW drama was pretty fucking hilarious. Alright, only 1 more Heart of Flame. Pew pew, pew 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 pew. More exciting World of Warcraft warrior gameplay, where we all sit around waiting for the auto attack timer. Exciting. Exciting. I know you guys are excited. I'm pretty excited. I also haven't had that much sleep the last couple days, so that's been kind of fun. What up, Drazen? It is indeed Auto Attack Simulator. And I don't even have that slow of a weapon. Destiny's not that slow. It's only 2.6. Imagine like 3.8. Or that one axe that's 4.0. Oh my god, you're waiting here for... And then it gets parried. That's 8 seconds of 0 damage. Did I see this guy using motion for WoW Hardcore? I did, and it cracks me up that of course he's a hunter. Like, I will get in this argument with people in chat all the time. Hunter's not the easiest class. I'm like, literally the guy who's not using a mouse or keyboard is fucking playing Hunter. What does that tell you about Hunter? He's literally out DPSing people without using a mouse or a keyboard. That should tell you a thing or two about Hunter. And this coming from someone who has a level 60 Hunter. Not as bad as Paladin auto attack. For real. Not really. Do I think the sleep is hitting me? Hunter's quite complex class to learn and master compared to, for example, mage. I think master, yes. I think to be a good hunter is actually harder than most classes. I agree with that. However, for like leveling, I think the only thing you have to learn is don't send your pet into a stupid area. And it's what I would say second easiest class to level under mage. If you know enough about mage to spec frost, I think mage is the easiest class. But hunter, man, the pets are so fucking OP. Hunter is like definitely one of the most overpowered classes as far as like basic leveling. Are any of these good? Nope. Like, I'm just going to sell this stuff you're giving me, bro. I'm going to come over here and sell to your buddy. Whoops. 7 agility, or 12 to 7 stam. Goodbye, goodbye. These things probably won't sell for shite, but we will keep them anyways. Hunter was the class that died the most in hardcore. I believe it because it's the same thing like with Terran, all right? All the noobs play Terran first. And people can at me outside or catch me outside or whatever the kids are saying these days. But facts are facts. Noobs almost always pick Terran, and it's the same thing with Hunter. All the noobs fucking play Hunter. It's just a fact. It's a fact of life. And people can argue with me, but they're wrong. All right? And so that's why they die so much, is because the worst players pick Terran and pick Hunters. And honestly, it's the same people who are picking Terran who are also picking Hunters. I don't know why I'm killing this guy. Maybe he'll have some fat loot for me. Woo. And real Chads play Protoss and mages. Do girls actually play Protoss? I'm trying to think of like... I mean, Starcraft is such a boys game. I don't know how else to say it, but literally my audience, I shit you not, when I was doing Starcraft content, was 99% male. And I'm not, it's not like a girls can't be gamers moment. It's a girls want fucking nothing to do with Starcraft for the most part moment. They are playing other games. There's way more women who play WoW than ever played Starcraft. And as someone who ran a Starcraft channel for, a few years, my demographic never went more than 1% female. So I'm kind of like, well, the girls who do play, I wonder what the distribution is. Do you think it would be Protoss? They're kind of like, I don't know. They have their lives together. They're shiny. They're fun. They got cool style. They say really cool stuff. They're smart. I don't know. But then you look at Zerg and it's like, that's kind of gross. Fuck that. I mean, I'm a big Zerg hater and I'm very pro. I put the pro in Protoss, all right? Anything I can do to support my Protoss brethren. Oh, there we go. Now sweeping strike is actually working. Just pumping that DPS. Pump it. I mean, these guys are only level 45 and I'm level 54, so it's not that impressive. I didn't quite time these quests right. I'm having to re-kill some mobs I've already killed, but that's okay. You want to meet the 1% cool SC girlies? I mean, honestly, even at the events I would go to, 99% male every time. 100%. I mean, I don't know if it's any different now. But back in my day, we all waited in line for an hour to use the men's bathroom at events. It would be so cool to know the actual number. Out of every girl that's played StarCraft more than, say, 10 hours on ladder, what race, if you were able to look at all that data. I have no idea. It's literally something I've never thought about. And now I'm, so curious. Someone out there has access to that data. Ten strength, 10 agility. Those gloves are pretty dope. I will say people are a little crazy about peeing in public. I don't can't you get on the registered sex offender list? And I'm in what world is peeing outside? Which is how God designed us, What does that have to do with sex? What does that have to do with sex in any way? I mean, don't go peeing everywhere. I'm not saying that, but it seems a little extreme, no? But I also grew up in Oregon on 10 acres. Peeing outside is as natural as, I don't know, something that's really natural. Alright, well, I guess I'm just killing these guys to try and get their daggers. Ooh, there's a chest. There's a chest. It's a solid chest. Kerrigan was fucking the bee's knees in StarCraft 1 and Brood War. Then it got all super dumb in StarCraft 2, but whatever. Can't go back in time. What do you got for me, chest? I swear I get the worst chests. A gold fucking bar that sells for 8 silver on the auction house. How is it gold bars don't even sell for 1 gold? Make it make sense. Just the whole trying to redeem Kerrigan thing was so fucking stupid. Jim Raynor's like, babe, I know you've killed billions of people and destroyed thousands of planets, but I can save her. I can fix her. I'm like, oh my god, he's the biggest fucking simp in the world. Drives me insane. And then even the whole, I don't know, I feel like the Zelnaga and stuff, it was just getting too ethereal, Like, you know, Dragon Ball Z, like, things just kept getting bigger and bigger, and I feel like StarCraft doesn't need that. I think what kind of made StarCraft so cool is, yes, there was big capital ships and stuff. Like, obviously, there was crazy technology, but it all still felt really gritty. But then the Xel'Naga stuff, I'm like, this is basically just gods, and I don't know. It's like Superman, you know? It's like, okay, I understand his importance in, like, the entertainment world and, like, everything he led to and helped create. But, like, Superman's overpowered as fuck. Like, I don't find that interesting at all. I don't find someone who can't be killed, can't be slowed, has perfect looks, can literally do every superhuman ability. I don't find that interesting. What up, Streamo Bert? What up, Baboy Gaming? Yeah, and even, like, the Zerg heals. It's like, come on. Come on. You fucking kidding me? I remember laughing out loud about that. I'm like, it's like if the Borg were like, oh, I'm gonna get really cool sunglasses, which would be kind of fucking dope. But maybe that's a bad example. Borg and like cool sunglasses would be cool. But it's just like, really? Heals? Heals? Blizzard? This is what we came up with? Blizzard is bad at redemption stories, both the games and the company. Oh god. Yikes. That's a big yikes right there. What up, Brewmaster? Coming in with the spice right out the gate. But honestly, like, you know, when I was making videos last year, or a little longer than that now, and my friend Zettel helped create Brood War 2, we called it, where we put in every unit from StarCraft, but kind of balance them to function more like I think they should. And that map was so fucking fun. And then someone came along after and did Brood War versus StarCraft 2 or whatever. So it's a similar idea, but they more separated it where like classic Terran is different than StarCraft 2 Terran. But similar idea. Like that, I wish StarCraft multiplayer would have headed in that way. It's always bothered, like Widow Mines were the beginning of the ends, where it's just like basically a free unit that can shoot air and ground and do splash damage and do insane damage. It doesn't need to be microed at all. It can literally just sit there. It only takes one supply. Like, it's fucking overpowered. Like, shut the fuck up. And I get it. At the pro level, it's not, but I don't care. It's so unfun for literally everybody else. And then they're like, you know what we need? Since the Widow Mines are so fun, let's put in the Disruptor. Let's put in all this other AoE shit that just blows everything up in 1 second. It'll be fun. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. Just fucking stop. Oh my god. And so that's why I really like Brood War 2 and like the other mods and stuff that came out. Oh yeah, and it's invisible. And it builds in like 2 seconds. Oh. Hey, thanks for the follow. A few seconds ago, Elanato has followed. Thanks, Elanato. This Warlock is hanging out. Already got... Was it called Brood War 2? Are you talking about my map that we made? I should say our map. Zettel did the work. I was the creative and the balance. Yeah, like, oh, the fucking Swarm Host, dude. It's like, and the Brood Lord, like, you take something that's already so fucking cool, the Guardian, and you're like, you know what it needs to do is every bullet it shoots, what if it made a fucking little thing that runs around, and it's free, and you get unlimited free units, and there's no recharge, and there's no cost. And then, since there's not enough free units being thrown all the fucking place, let's make something called a swarm host where you just bury it and it just poops out units forever. And it's like, the fuck? It's so stupid. And it, oh my God, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills for real. So anyways, that's why we made that Brood War 2 mod. And I don't know if it inspired the new mods that have been coming out lately, but it's like, that's what the game fucking needs. Like, no free units. I mean, that's like a big start. Tone down the fucking units that can just obliterate an entire army in one shot. Like, back in the day, you had to use a fucking nuke, all right? Lurkers were pushing it, but I could handle. I could live with lurkers. Spider mines were really pushing it, but even then they weren't as good as fucking widow mines. Spider mines, I think we can all agree. Maybe a vulture should have had 2 spider mines. You know, like, figure out something to tone them down a hair. But some of the Starcraft stuff is just so infuriating. Yeah, I mean, like, Blade Master is a good example of, like, it adds a quirkiness, but it's also, like you said, A, they don't do damage, and B, it's not something that's just, like, there's not 10,000 of them on the screen constantly. And, like, how unfun is that? Like, if you're a Protoss and you're trying to just go up against 1,000 free units, it's just not fun. And it's not so much the balance, it's just, like, it's not fun. Like, what is fun about losing your army to free units? That's not fun, unless you're the Zerg who's just like, haha, troll face. It's just like, that's what I loved about original Starcraft, is there's no stupid shit like that. And, like, even the Colossus replacing the Reaver, it's like you're taking away the quirkiness of a Reaver is slow as fuck, costs a bajillion dollars, and you have to build the scarabs, and they cost money to build the scarabs and time. And then if you do all of that, then you might get a satisfying explosion. And of course the scarabs were bugged as hell. So no matter what you did. And so, like, that's fun. And then they're like, you know what? We're going to replace all that with the Colossus, which just shoots death beams. I'm just like, what the fuck? I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff about the StarCraft 2 units that bug me for many, many years. Yeah, and like carriers, you had to build the interceptors. Carriers were like borderline overpowered, but they are slow. And, you know, you didn't see them a ton in pro games because their downsides tend to be very not great for, like, at the pro level. Carriers, I can kind of see the argument for, like, okay, that's a little borderline, but again, it's like a late game unit. You have to build the interceptors. There are a lot of counters. But I do agree, carriers were definitely a great, powerful unit, for sure. Yeah, and I guess with Colossus, at least it's like that helps you kill the free units. But I don't know. I have my opinions. I have my opinions. Could you imagine if back in the day when I was casting events, if I was just like, you know what? Like we're at like a major tournament, Blizzard's there. It's the finals. It's a Zerg versus Protoss. If I was just like, you know what? Fuck Widow Mines, right? Fucking, you know what's stupid? Free units. They're so fucking dumb. Oh, if I could go back in time. All everyone would just tell me that I suck at the game and I need to learn to play. Oh my god, just one more dagger. Just one more dagger. The only way that anything major will happen with StarCraft is if there's someone at Microsoft with enough pull to invest into doing it right. And the thing is that they started from scratch, made StarCraft 3, and were much smarter about esports, and were much smarter about unit design, and were much smarter about how to monetize it well. It's definitely doable. 100% doable, but it would be a huge investment. And I don't know that that is something that they would want to do. But I think with it being at Microsoft now, that it has a better chance than if it was just Blizzard and Activision. But I think the chances are still very slim. It could be done right, though. Because the problem with making a new RTS is a big part of what make people like certain RTS games is the story and the characters. And so, like with Stormgate, it's a very daunting process, because how do you build a lot of characters, a lot of backstory, a lot of world building if you aren't able to make a fully fleshed out campaign? Do I still need one more dagger? Oh my god. It's tricky, because at least with like League of Legends, you can have a million different heroes. And so every month or every 2 weeks or however, I don't know how, I never played League that much. I don't know how often they were releasing them at their peak. But then you can start building these backstories and these characters. And even with like Apex Legends, like, yeah, they don't have as many characters as League of Legends, but they can still build them as characters because you're playing them every single game. Whereas in an RTS, you're only playing your faction. You're not playing like characters. So it's really hard to do the world building. So I do think Stormgate is headed in the right direction now as far as like their new artistic direction. If you guys haven't checked in on Stormgate lately, they're starting to make it a lot darker, and they hired a new art director, and they're basically changing every unit's appearance, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's tough, because how do you build a world when you're just trying to build essentially competitive, an esports side? It's really tough. It's really, really tough, because there's not a lot of room to do that world building, because there's not a lot of dialogue. There's not a lot of heroes. There's not a lot of characters. And so it becomes really tricky. Like they could, yeah, I don't know the exact approach. So, but with StarCraft, that's my point, is like with StarCraft, let's charge right between. Boom. Got it. That guy didn't even aggro me. With StarCraft, is they've already done the world building, because they've had how many campaigns now? StarCraft 1, StarCraft 2, Brood War, all the expansions. They've been able to do that world building. So if they come in with StarCraft 3, they already have that huge advantage, which is not a small advantage. That is a massive advantage. I do think an RTS, if done right, could be mainstream. I just don't think there's the right people with the right, who have the money, who can do it right. Because every other genre has figured it out. What's the target audience for an RTS? All those players will either stick to Starcraft 2 or keep playing League. And that's the problem. But not in the way you think. That is a problem. But it's kind of a problem of their own making. And so that's kind of what I mean by they need to make an RTS game that is a sandbox. And what do I mean sandbox? What does it mean to me? I don't actually know the definition of sandbox. But they need to make it like, I don't know, fucking Roblox. Like, if you look at the growth of Roblox as far as, like, and I know everyone wants to laugh, ha ha ha, fuck Roblox. Roblox is massive. It's basically its own country at this point. The growth from when Roblox first came out to where it's at now is insane. And it's because they keep updating the engine. They keep allowing people to create their own mini games. They have cosmetics. They have really good support. They work directly with creators. They've built these systems for monetization where creators can monetize their own lands. And again, you can't directly incorporate every aspect of that, but there is a lot that can be learned from creating a great online experience that the community has helped you to build. And it has to go beyond just maps, but it has to be this just ecosystem of, like, I don't know exactly how it would work, but, like, it needs to be much bigger than just competitive, you know, 1 versus 1 or whatever. It needs to be bigger than that, because you need to make the game approachable in as many ways as possible. And even Fortnite did this, where they finally made a mode where you can't build. And if I remember correctly, that was their busiest, most popular launch of a new mode, and was the most people playing ever, because they took out an aspect that, sure, at the pro level is super cool to see all this crazy building, but 99.9% of people do not want to be building all that crazy shit. And so they focused on, how do we make it more approachable? How do we focus on the core mechanics? How do we just make it more fun? And the problem is that the people who work on esports, they haven't applied that same mindset that Minecraft did, that League of Legends did, that Dota did, that Counter-Strike did, that Roblox did, where you're building it much bigger than just the actual core gameplay. And even with Stormgates, like, I love them. I am always cheering for them so much. But do they have the resources to be able to take it beyond just a well-made, competitive game? Remains to be seen. I know everyone likes to shit on, anytime something comes out that people don't like, it's just easy to go on Reddit and be like, this sucks, fuck everybody. But hey, there's someone trying to do it. It's better to have more people trying than, nobody doing it. So it remains to be seen how that'll go. 33 healing. Fortnite was originally going to be just a horde mode, but the PUBG popped off. Yep, you got to adapt to what people want. That's literally what the saying, the customer's always right, means. It doesn't mean that you can be a Karen. It means whatever people are buying, you have to adapt to support what the people want. It's that simple. And I just feel like there's never been someone with the right mindset in charge of a major RTS franchise. It worked for back in the day, and they were able to build the entire genre. But this is 2025. Like, you're not going to get a Gen Alpha or a young Gen Z to play StarCraft. It's just not going to happen. Obviously, there will be a few people who do, but in general, it will never be at the scale needed because it just hasn't been adapted to modern times. And that doesn't mean, like, oh, it has to have loot crates and all that. Like, there are ways to monetize it. They just did a terrible job adapting to the changing landscape. And that, in my opinion, is a fact. How are these guys not dropping one last dagger? This is insane. We have been killing these guys for 150 hours at this point. ATP. Let's eat some banana bread. Kind of crazy how above its time Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 and Starcraft was when it was made. Exactly. But they got stuck in that mindset for 20 fucking years. They never adapted. And when they did, it was so late. Like, beyond late. Okay, yeah, next Starcraft needs flossing dances and celebrity cameos. You joke, but like it has to be. There's the other dagger finally, but it has to have shit like that. Like imagine if every month they added a new faction or a new race or whatever to ladder for just that 1 month. And what if that race was fucking Transformers and it was a brand integration? Or what if it was you take your human faction, we'll say Terran, but you make them, you slightly tweak the stats, you slightly make the characters different, but then it's like a whole new mode where like, you know, you have battle passes and stuff, but also say there's three factions, there's some event, you know, a month-long event, 2-month-long event, where all 3 factions have gotten infected. And now the units function just a little bit differently. And yeah, maybe it's not fucking balanced, but who fucking cares? It's a limited time event. You get shit for playing those modes, unlocks or whatever, and then it keeps it fresh and fun, and you can do integrations, and you can have new characters pop in. And it's like, it's just, you need to treat it like, what is it? An ongoing service game or what is it called when it's like a game that, you know, they're always updating? But you can't do that if you aren't monetizing it. Oh, God, sorry. I've thought about this a lot over the years. I don't even remember what this quest is. Did I get any silk for all that? No, I did not. Twilight Fire Guard. Oh, that's up here. I wonder if I can solo this. Let's see. These guys are elites that are kind of annoying, but sometimes it'll drop off like the second or third one. Live service, yeah. Let me see. 4,950. What HP does this guy have? This guy's got even less. All right, let's just try it. Let's just see. We can always run, right? Ah, you missed. All right, this guy's thwacking me pretty hard. All right, am I getting lucky on my procs? No, kill him. All right, we procced 3 times. That was very lucky. That guy has 6,000 HP. I could solo these super easy on my hunter, but warrior is like one of the worst soloable classes. But since they're green, I hit them a lot. I crit a lot. Oh god, this guy's like messing me up, dude. Alright, this guy did way more damage. These guys do drop 4 Mage Weave Cloth. This guy wants me to make a group. Like, I don't know if I want to. Am I retreated on? Yeah. Just gotta make sure these guys don't like randomly burst me. Ooh, did I just resist that? Get wrecked. Get wrecked. What up, Santi and L? Torn versus Torn. I'd be here for that. And then, like, imagine Warcraft Takeover in Starcraft 2 for a month and a half only. All 4 races from Warcraft 3 imported into Starcraft 2. Like, you can't tell me that shit wouldn't be cool. You cannot tell me that that shit would not be cool. Oh, God. Alright, this guy's messing me up this time. I don't know. Oh, I tried to interrupt it. Dude, this is a much more epic battle. Alright, at least he has Moral Strike on him. Yeah. And we got the symbol. Told you. What did I say? Between 2 and 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, that's a corpse of a person. That is the corpse of a person. So this person, is this a warrior? Yes, this is a warrior. Looks like he was using, that's probably the dagger from Scarlet Monastery? What? Maybe not. Thrash Blade. He tried to do what I just did. And this is how he ended up. All right, see you, Bud Liquor. Bud Liquor 69 is out. The Torch of Retribution. Is this the one where I have to light the... But then this has the elite guys too. I'm trying to see if... Ugh. I don't know if I could solo this one. Dude literally just makes it float in the air. I think I have to light the towers, right? Ever get into VR gaming? No, I get too motion sick. It's probably better now, but... Alright, let's see if I can solo this. Oh my god, was that the group who was trying to make a BFT group? Or where is that? Oh, Silverpine. Oh, the Black Phasm Deeps guy was in our group guild. That was guy in Silverpine. That's why you leave. You don't mess with Silverpine. Alright, so let me see. I know these towers have an elite. Level 48. I'm going to see if I can solo these guys. I'm actually not sure. Actually not sure. What up, boy gaming? Good to see ya. Alright, we're gonna see if we can solo this guy. Not 100% sure. As a warrior, it's never good to try soloing elites that you're not familiar with, but, you know, we literally titled this one Let's Get Stupid or something. Okay, how much HP? 4,950. Because as a warrior, I don't have any way to cheese this. I mean, there's fear, but I think it has a cast time using the torch, doesn't it? All right, well, let's see how this goes. Let's just see. What's the worst that could happen? I die? Outrageous. Guy does have more HP than me. I actually should be kiting him into the tower so I can jump off if I need to, but... This is a pretty close battle. Oh, but we got some much needed crits. GG easy. Alright, where's the stupid torch? The torch looks kind of bomb. Sometimes I'm tempted just to keep it. And I like how it's like, oh, light the flame. It's like the most comedically small little thing. It's like they're making this huge deal about this tiny... Like, I almost feel like that was meant to be, like, full size. But they never fixed it. It's just, like, comedically small. Warcraft 2 has a community on Twitch. Yeah, Warcraft 2 is a great game. It doesn't have as much depth as kind of the golden era of RTS games, but it's still a great fucking game. Oh, wait, don't use this weapon. Has been slain by Phoebos. Yeah, and that's the thing is, again, it's like, got to keep things updated. There's just not enough depth. It's like, obviously, if you like, you know, Warcraft 2, you'll watch it, but there's not enough depth. It's not to say the top players aren't amazing, but just from a spectator standpoint. Guy's currently beating me. Let's get some crits. Where my crits at? Where my crits at?
Health warning.
Whoo! What else? The other suggestions you can't believe those can all be made in custom map. No. So which mode would Blizzard introduce such mode into ladder? Yeah, it needs to be an official mode. And they need to completely revamp how custom maps are presented. But it needs to be... There needs to be really cool tentpole events that are official. So you get the hype trailer. You get all of the influencers playing it at the same time. Maybe you have a funny little tournament around it where all the best players try and participate, but they, you know, it's not meta, so it's figuring it out in real time what the good strats are. It has to be officially supported in some way. You know, think of Apex Legends. They do these big tentpole events each season, and it adds a new theme, it adds a new vibe, maybe it adds new gear, maybe it adds new modes. But it needs to be officially supported. And that is what it is. That's how you make it work. You have to think outside the RTS box. And for some reason, the RTS genre, the people who work on it and enjoy it, they just haven't been able to figure it out. And that would be my advice. But again, it is a huge money commitment. It's a huge staff commitment, all that. Like, I don't even know if it's possible. But that is what it would take. Ugh. Yeah, I played Diablo 4 when it first came out, but I just like WoW so much more. I think Diablo's fun, but I personally just can't. It's just like there's too many gems, there's too many item slots, there's too much min-maxing, there's way too many like levels. It's just not for me. Alright, let's see if I can get rage off this guy. And then we're gonna bandage. Yeah, I even got a crit. Oh, this is the play, and I'm going in with battle shout already. Dude, this now we're learning. Look at that, starting the fight with 60 rage. Kidding me? I can't even dump this rage fast enough. Oh, and we got the proc. This guy is over. This guy is done-zo. Ooh. Turns out rage is pretty good. Turns out rage is pretty good. Have I heard of Turtle WoW? I have. Haven't personally played a private server in a long time. But again, it's just like with the private servers, they've always done what Blizzard should just be fucking doing. Like they had classic servers years before Blizzard finally got their own head out of their own ass. And it's the same thing, like release a fucking high-res version of WoW Classic. Make a new server that gets you through a couple years. Then fucking do Classic Plus. Then do WoW Hardcore Burning Crusade. Like, this shit is not rocket science. But at least they finally made Classic. God, that took them fucking long enough. I just have a hard time playing on private servers because it's like, you know, they could disappear at any time, they could shut down any time. And I like to support the originals where I can, but we'll see. Well, you all have cell phones, don't you? That was the obvious choice. I mean, they made fucking a crazy amount of money on it, but... Alright, I think this is the bridge that can kill you. So... let's go and get full HP. We're telling our brain right where the invulnerability pot is. And let's go on our mount because it makes us real fat. And I think as long as I don't charge... I want to say this is where you can fall through. So we'll just even jump over it. I'm pretty sure this bridge is a killer, so just be careful. Yeah, see how there's all these deaths right here? It's not because of the tower. It's because of this bridge right here. This bridge is buggy as hell. And I like how Blizzard doesn't fix it because they don't give a fuck. I wonder if, can you stream Turtle WoW? Or is it against Twitch's terms of service because it's a private server? Oh, I forgot to get my energy. Or my rage, whatever. Alright, this is the last elite we gotta kill. We got him. We got him, fam. Leroy, etc., etc. Alright, not off to a great start, but at least it procced. He's currently way ahead of us on the damage. Well, let's do demo shout. Oh, we got mad procs going. Oh, we got overpower. It's over. It's over for this guy. Slow start, but we finished strong. See, this guy wants me to do BRD, and I'm like, am I up for it? I don't actually know. All right, no, we are going to get full HP. It is not worth that. Like, look how rickety this bridge is. Like, look at this gap. All these gaps between the boards. It's literally on fire. And this shit does kill people. Look at, this is where they all die right there. All right, we're gonna jump. You know, if we jump more, we're running on the bridge less. Woo! Made it. Never let your guard down. Never let your guard down. All right, guys. I feel like I'm going to join this group and just see what we got going on. If it's a bomb-ass group, maybe. Let's see. All right, we got a 56 healer, Healbot Pro, and a 56 hunter who probably wants to steal my Savage Gladiator set. It's always a hunter. It's always a hunter. All right, we'll see what joins. I don't know if I have it in me for BRD right now. Don't know if I've got it in me. Honestly, in my mind, this character is already level 60. Do you think that's favorite last word or famous last words? What up, Ageless Stones? You don't know how you guys have the stomach to do hardcore on stream? I love it. Like, I'm so used to Classic that it's just so, like, I'm so familiar with it that it's so easy for me to multitask when I'm playing. J-Max is 58. This group is looking not terrible. Anyone know a mage? I mean, mages are always good. Where am I going? I'm like zoned out right now. Let me go over this way. I could, but obviously only 54, so it can only go so far. How do you die at 16 in RFC? That's the real question. I'm hating right now. Dang, that one was worth 7,000? Oh, gotta get trinkets. Alright, so this is where you open this bag. And there's some goodies in it. You guys think we're gonna get good goodies or shit goodies? Probably shit goodies, knowing my luck. Let's find out. Designer Dave is streaming Turtle WoW. That's cool. Love to see it. Are you fucking kidding me? I think when I did this on my last character, I at least got 2 good greens. Frost Tiger Blade? Got to be kidding me. don't know if I have it in me for this for BRD with this group. If it was like all 58s or something, I'd be like, fuck yeah, but I mean, I think it's pretty much time for Western Plaguelands, unfortunately. Wait, what quest is this? I guess I could do this random quest. I gotta run down there anyways. J-Max is out of here. He was just a rogue. Well, I gotta run down there anyways. Alright, well, this will be a little bit of running. Yeah, like this other group gets it. 59, 58, 58. There's a shaman that's 59, but I don't know, man. I just want to get these last few levels. It's like I'm so close. I think I might. It'd be fun to get the Uber's key. Although so many people have Uber's key now that it's not really that helpful. And the other guy's already down here. I'm gonna run to this new zone. Oh my god, did you guys see the one streamer who just died trying to jump off of here? I think it's on Reddit. I forget which one. It just popped up in my feed. So fucking funny. Soap, yeah. As a fucking priest. And there's so many ways to prevent dying from fall damage. Oh my god, so funny. So fucking funny. I don't think this group's gonna come together. I'm out of here. Well, like, it's not even hard to jump onto the ledge in the middle. Or just jump into the fucking lava. It doesn't, like, one-shot you at level 60. And that's the thing, like, even in the Zeppelin, or, Flightmaster and Ogrimmar, people, like, launch themselves off there all the time. I'm like, just don't. Wait, what herb was that? Is that another stupid... Golden Sam. Those don't sell for shit. There is something funny. I actually didn't watch it with audio, so I don't know the whole context of it. But there is something hilarious about, like, well, the lava will kill me. It's like, well, falling onto a hard surface is far more dangerous. Am I usually an alliance player? No, I'm almost solely horde. I do have a one of my 60 warriors, I guess technically 56 and a half, is on alliance, but I did that because I was bored. And I think on that server wasn't OnlyFings alliance on the last server. And when I first started playing WoW, I was alliance, but just because my friend who got me into WoW was alliance. But I've always liked horde. I'd say 85% of my played time was horde, maybe more. I've had max level like paladins. I've had so many max level characters I can't even keep track. So I've played a lot of Alliance, but honestly, in Burning Crusade, when they made Blood Elves come to Horde, I was so angry. I still to this day am salty about it. Because it just brought over all the terrible Alliance players who were like, oh my god, I'm a Blood Elf. Oh my god, they're so hot. I'm just like, no, Horde isn't supposed to be hot. Horde's supposed to be like badass, you know? And then they're like, oh, Blood Elves. I'm a Blood Elf Paladin. Oh. It's like, god damn it, Blizzard. Really? Did I watch the 20-man MC raid from yesterday? No, I didn't watch it. I saw that they did do it successfully. Which is cool. They're just like doing they're doing a speed run on all the fun ways to play WoW. Oh, what's this one? Oh, dude, I gotta take this. Can he get it? Can he get it? I could have stole it, but I'm too nice. It was a Black Lotus. I didn't even know Black Lotuses were out here. I thought they were only in the Plaguelands. That would have been bomb, though. That would have been nice. I think they're worth like 10, 15 gold. I don't think I've ever seen a Black Lotus out here. That's kind of crazy. I guess I just always assumed it was in one spot. All right, well, I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break. This was fun times. I need to stretch my legs and all that. So thanks for hanging out, guys. We are one step closer to having yet another 60. This is my hunter. There he is. He's got his monkey. His name's Pilo. Looks dorky as always. All right, have a good one, guys. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun.